Yo, today we're talking about potentially the worst UFC card of 2025 name value wise, because low key, bro, this card is not bad. Everyone was hating on the Apex card last week. It would turn out okay. I mean, it wasn't the best card, but it was fine. Some KOs, some submissions, some good results overall. But I think that this week is going to be even better. Just look at his name value, bro. Look at his name value, dude. Match Snell versus Joseph Morales co-main event, dude. Questionable choice in my opinion. Very questionable, but we'll get to this. Main event is Gabriel Bonfim versus Randy Rude Boy Brown. I mean, not the best main event. It's gonna be entertaining, I think. I'm expecting a finish. It's gonna be a good fight. I think they really want to bring Gabriel Bonfim forward for some reason. I'm not sure why it is, because I don't think he's that good. But they want to have a Brazilian more at welterweight. I don't know if I can really think of a good Brazilian fighter at welterweight right now. Carlos Prates. Okay, so there are some Brazilian stars, but I'm guessing they want more. I don't think they're pushing Randy Brown in this spot. I think they would want to push Gabriel Bonfim, but I don't think that is gonna happen in this one, because I do think that Randy Brown wins. This is an underdog pick, not an official pick, by the way. If you want our official picks, go to Aristotle Patreon, link in my bio on Instagram. But anyway, I'm going with Rude Boy Randy Brown. I think he loses round 1. And then from there on, I think it's fairly smooth sailing. He has good takedown defense. He has good enough grappling to not get submitted in round 1. He has the better striking. He has more range. He has more range. He is taller. He has more experience, but also is 35. But I feel like he's not like a bad 35. He's in a good spot at 35. Although he has been knocked out a few times, his chin is questionable, but I just don't know if Gabriel Bonfim is the type of guy to knock him out. I don't think that that's the case. His striking is not very good. His grappling is good. His cardio is not very good though. Randy Brown should run him over if it goes into late round 2, and from then on I expect Randy Brown to win this one fairly easily. Co-main event. Match Snell versus Joseph Morales. Questionable choice to be in co-main, but it's going to be entertaining. I think that Joseph Morales should get this done fairly easily. Match Snell, chinny, questionable takedown defense, good grappling, good offensive striking, bad defensive striking. Like, he has no good defense at all. His grappling is good, but I think that Joseph Morales will be a step ahead. Each time I see a potential finisher, I'll go with a finish, maybe a choke, but not something I would be betting on personally at -250 for Morales. But I do think that he wins. Muslim Salikov versus Uros Medic. Violence. This is going to be violence. This is going to be a KO in round number 1. I don't know, man. Medic is a big favorite. I mean, -205, so a fairly moderate favorite. But bro, his chin is bad. He's been dropped a few times, even in his wins. Muslim Salikov is on a resurgence, on a 3-fight win streak, I think, at this point. Let me check. 3-fight win streak. I started off with a split decision versus Ponzinibbio, which I thought he low-key lost. But then Kenan Song knocked his ass out. And then in July this year, as a big underdog, knocked out Carlos Leal, something I did not expect at all to happen. But Medic is chinny, defense is not great. In round 1, he's been dropped a few times. He's been knocked out as well. Even against Urbina, he got dropped. He got knocked out badly by Punahele Soriano, so not a good look. I'm going with Salikov for round 1 KO. Now the brother of the main event guy, Gabriel Bonfim, Ismael Bonfim, who I think is older, yes he is fighting Chris Padilla. This is a tricky fight. I think that Bonfim overall is the better fighter, but I think that Chris Padilla wins because he is a good winner, and Ismael Bonfim low-key, I don't know whether he gives up or like his brain doesn't work, but at some points there are some lapses in judgment, bad lapses in judgment, and I think that he can win rounds, win minutes, but at some point he'll get caught or something will happen and he will lose because of it. Some examples of this were his fight against Nazim Sadikov, where he was doing well but got caught and said that he could not see, like basically said, you guys, I cannot see, I don't want to continue anymore. So you have to question the heart a bit. And then the loss to Benoit Saint-Denis, obviously Benoit does this to a lot of people, but before this, I mean, before the choke, it was not looking good at all. Not impressed with Ismael Bonfim. So, and even in his win against Vince Pichel, not a good look in my opinion. Not a very impressive fight there. So I will go with Chris Padilla, but not because I think that Chris is better, but because I think that Bonfim will make a mistake at some point. Ricky Simon versus Raoni Barcelos. This is, I mean, not an amazing fight. It's an okay fight. I'll go with Ricky Simon. You know, wrestling over jiu-jitsu, but also Barcelos is pretty good. So I don't know. I think that it is going to be close. I think this is going to be a split decision, but I'll just go with a younger guy that has good momentum. Barcelos has good momentum as well, but I don't know. I think it's Ricky Simon winning this one, but not a good fight. I mean, it's a good fight, but not like very interesting, I think. So Marco Tulio versus Christian Leroy Duncan. Now this is a good fight. In my opinion, this should have been the co-main event of this card. Although match now, I think he's ranked, that, or I'm yapping, I'm not sure. But I would say Marco Tulio versus Christian Leroy Duncan is co-main event worthy for an Apex card, because Tulio, bro, is crazy, bro. He fights like a madman, just goes forward, throws crazy numbers, and gets finishes. He gets hit himself a lot. Christian Leroy Duncan, if he hits you, especially in the first round, that's going to be a problem. But Christian Leroy Duncan has a weird style where he does a lot of spinning stuff with power, but also technical, but also sometimes he just doesn't throw enough, so it's weird, but he's good. Let's see who's the favorite here. Marco Tulio is a favorite, -150. It makes sense. But also I couldn't really see him get caught, because he was at some point not looking good against what's this guy's name, Trejan Gore. I remember this fight. I was not very impressed in round one. Obviously he tired him out and won by a second round finish, but it was shaky at some points. I mean, Gore was able to hit him a few times. So, you know, I'll go with Christian Leroy Duncan, not because I am very confident, but because I think that he could catch him at some point, because Tulio, he just fights too crazy. I think at some point he will get caught, and I think it's going to be this one. Next up, Jamal Emmers versus Haider Amil. Even fight, -110 on both sides. I will go with Haider Amil. I think that he will endure the storm in the first few minutes and then beat Jamal Emmers, probably finish him. Jamal Emmers is good in the first round, but we have seen him fade and we have seen him make stupid mistakes as well, and I think that will get him finished. Jamal Emmers versus Haider Amil, lucrative. MMA said this and I thought he was right. This fight really makes me think of the Nate Landwehr fight versus Jamal Emmers, where Emmers was beating him until he wasn't. In round one he got finished. I see something similar happening here. And then another fight which I think is wrong in terms of placement, Adrian Yanez versus Christian Quinones. I would think that this could be on the main card instead of Padilla versus Bonfim. That's what I would have done. Or maybe Simon versus Barcelos. But you know, whatever. It's an Apex card, so it doesn't really matter that much. But overall, I would say that this is the wrong placement. And honestly, looking at this right now, low-key pretty, like, this is a stacked Apex card. You know, this is not a stacked card overall, but a stacked Apex card. If this had a good main event, like a name value wise, I'd say this is a pretty good card. I expect a lot of bangers on this one, but name wise it's just bad. But honestly, like especially Giannis versus Quinones is a very good one. Emil versus Emers is very good. Johns versus Marcos could be good. McVeigh versus Valentin could be interesting. Hockett, you know, the crazy guy with weird statements overall. Duncan versus Tulio, very nice fight. Bonfim versus Padilla could be interesting. Salikov versus Medic will be interesting. Schnell versus Morales is going to be good, and main event is going to be good as well. So it's a pretty good card. Not amazing, but I think it's much better than last week. And last week even was not bad in terms of Apex. But I have to give a prediction, of course. Adrian Yanez versus Christian Quinones. Adrian Yanez is a minus 200 favorite. I would agree. Quinones is not bad. Pretty good striker, but I think that Yanez has more experience. He has better wins and better losses as well. Quinones is not bad, like I said. I think he could win a round. I would expect him to win a round, but I think that Yanez just wins a unanimous 29-28 decision where he does a bit more damage, a bit more volume. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt. His chin is good, but he leaves himself open sometimes, and the low kicks are a problem as well. Quinones does have good low kicks. So it's going to be close, but I got Adrian Yanez. Next up, Mayra Bueno Silva versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Jacqueline has a better striking, for sure. She probably has a better wrestling as well. Not that that's hard versus Mayra Bueno Silva because she doesn't have good wrestling, but her jiu-jitsu. Because this is Brazilian versus Portuguese, I'm going to talk Portuguese accent sometimes. But Silva's jiu-jitsu is very good. His striking is not very good. His striking defense is not very good. And I don't think she's like elite on the ground either. So I'm going with Jacqueline Cavalcanti. I've met her as well in Paris. Cool girl. Beat her in ping pong. She's taller, rangier, probably has more power. Nice kicks, nice volume. Good takedown defense. Good cardio. Mayra Bueno Silva does not have good striking, does not have good takedown offense, does not have good striking defense, does not have good cardio. So I think that she loses this one. Crazy that she was almost UFC champion. Kind of crazy to me. But I'm going with Jacqueline Cavalcanti by decision because Silva is pretty tough. And if you want our bets, I think Cavalcanti by decision will be one of our small bets on Aristotle's Patreon. So make sure to join that $2 with code UFC25. Next up, Josh Hockett versus Max Gimenez. Now this is a tough one for me. I know that Gimenez, this guy is a jiu-jitsu practitioner, a very good one at that. Last jiu-jitsu match was against Nick Rodriguez. Of course, Nick Rodriguez is elite, one of the best, top 3 I believe in jiu-jitsu. He did lose against Nick, but you know, that's understandable. He's fought for Shogun. I think that's Shogun's promotion in Brazil. And he won his fights, most of them 6-1. Did lose once in 2023 against someone that was 2-4. So not very high level opponents. Even his last 2 wins, 9-9 and 7-8-1. So the opposition just can't thrown at him, and that's what happens in the heavyweight division. Josh Hockett on the other hand, on the underside, is what we say in the Netherlands as well. He started his MMA career in Bellator, although also fighting bumps. 0-0 record, 2-2, 2-1, 5-3, 6-4, and then his last one 6-1 on the Contender Series. He did well against a guy that is not bad, has good wins as well. So I will be going with Josh Hockett. He has the wrestling advantage here. I would say he has a striking advantage, cardio advantage as well, athleticism advantage as well, because he has played in the NFL. So I'll go with him. He is a smaller heavyweight though. He's 229 his last time out. Gimenez 259, so there's going to be 30-pound difference, about 30-pound difference. And this one, I will go Josh still, because I do believe that he is the better cardio. And you can expect some weird ass post-fight interview, bro. Like, if you want to know what I'm talking about, watch his post-fight interview after his Contender Series fight. He went all political and like bad guy or whatever. It was very weird. Started talking about like transgenders and stuff. Very weird. I don't know what that has to do with the UFC. It was entertaining. I'm gonna say it was entertaining, but it was very random, very weird. Like, I did not expect this guy to be like this at all, especially coming from the NFL where they all have to be politically correct, you know? So it was kind of weird. Next up, Tisha Torres, the Tiny Tornado, versus Denise Gomez. Denise D, these nuts Gomez, minus 225. She's 11 years younger than Tisha Pennington. She's 5'2", Pennington's 5'1". Huge ladies fighting here, but Denise Gomez is not bad. She's not terrible. She has good power in the hands, good boxing. Has lost her last... Oh, never mind, that was someone else. But she has won her last 3. And this was after losing to Angela Hill in a close decision. But she beat Alice Reed. I think she looked good in here. Karolina Kowalkiewicz, beat her. Eduardo Mora, she beat her as well. And Tisha Pennington, Tisha Torres, 2-fight win streak, beat Luana Pinheiro, beat Carla Esparza. In my opinion, also beat Tabitha Ricci, who's doing good as well. And in my opinion, also beat Mackenzie Dern. So low key, right from 2020, she could have been on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many? 6, 7? 7-fight win streak. She could have been on a 7-fight win streak. In my opinion, she really did beat Mackenzie Dern 100%. She also, in my opinion, beat Tabitha Ricci. So she could have been fighting for the title, bro. So this woman is good. I don't know why she's such a big underdog, and I think that's interesting. I think we will be betting on Tisha Pennington. 36 years of age, but she's pretty good. She's pretty good, man. She is very athletic. She's small, but she has good striking. She has good takedown defense, good cardio. She works against the cage. She's the typical, against the cage type of woman when it comes to grappling. I think that low-key at plus 170, it's a good bet to at least try, because Denise Gomez has lost against veterans like Angela Hill. She's even lost to Loma Lookboonmee, bro, which is really a bad look. And I think she even got out grappled in that fight, I can remember. So, not the best wrestler. And then Miles Jones versus Daniel Marcos. Also a fight that should have been higher up in my opinion, because Daniel Marcos close to, or is ranked even, was close to ranked at some point. So his only loss being Montel Jackson, by the way. So he's 17-1. So I would say that this guy is probably beating Miles Jones. Miles Jones is not very impressive. 31 years of age, 6-4 on a 2-fight losing streak. Low-key beat Jean Matsumoto. Was a very close fight, but I did think that Jones lost, but it was very close. Philippe Lima got dominated there. Was on a 2-fight win streak before. And, not an amazing fighter, but Daniel Marcos should be able to get done. He is, I cannot see if he's favored or not, but I would expect that he is, maybe minus 250, minus 300. Makes sense. I see Marcos winning by decision, because this guy does not win by anything else when he is somewhat of a decent opponent. His last finish was against Simon Oliveira, who's terrible. Simon Oliveira, pound for pound, worst fighter ever, bro. Got armbarred while missing weight like terribly, bro. Like he missed weight for a fight at 135. He missed weight for in like 9 pounds, bro. So not very good fighter. So if Daniel Marcus finishes you, you're terrible. He's not going to be able to finish Miles Johnson. First fight of the night. My boy Jackson McVeigh is fighting. He's a slight underdog, and I'm sorry, bro. I have to agree. I think you're losing, bro. You're my boy. If you're watching this, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I am sorry. You're a very nice guy, but I'm sorry, dude. I just don't think that you're beating the beast, Rob Zella, bro. Robert Valentin, who's on a 3-fight losing streak in the UFC. I don't think you're beating him. I'm sorry. Lost to Ryan Loader, lost to Torres Vinny and Ateba Gauthier. I mean, the last two forgivable losses. Jason McVeigh, you know, Valentin is not losing to Jackson McVeigh. Here, in my opinion, he is 30. He's okay, like in his prime-ish. Good striking. I mean, okay striking, okay grappling. Wrestling is a problem. Also got knocked out pretty badly, like July 19th, so not too long ago. So that might be an issue. Jason McVeigh, 6-1. His last loss, also July 19th. Also in round 1 against Bruno Ferreira, but that was an armbar. So you know he's good. But I'm going with Robert Valentin. I think that he wins here. I think that he wins by a finish because he is a finisher himself. I think that this fight does not go the distance because Jackson McVeigh himself is a finisher. 0 decisions in a 7-fight career. Robert Valentin, 3 decisions, one of which was against Torres Vinny. So, you know, you're always going to go to a decision with Torres Vinny. You're not knocking him out. You're not getting knocked out. And the other decisions were early in his career. So, you know, this fight is not going the distance. Terrible fight name value wise, but this is a interesting one. Jackson McVeigh versus Robert Valentin is opening the card, and also a good fight. Thank you guys for watching. We will be making money on this card, guys. I can feel it. Like last week, by the way, we won 7 units. We got robbed badly by the Bulgarian match fixer. We could have won over 20 units with our group, but it's what it is. If you want to join, $2 with code UFC25. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Let's go for that.